Owning a studio is going to be a major sinkhole if you don't have strategy for your business. In this video, I'm going to give you 8 tips that are mini strategies that are going to help you become so much more profitable. Also, the box that you see me grabbing, there's a whole bunch down here too, are things that I bought late last year, right before taxes, the deadline. My accountant said buy some things that you would need. And since good old downtown Los Angeles did not disappoint, my car got broken into, bunch of equipment was stolen, so I'm getting some new things that I've been sitting on for 3 months, but I finally have the chance to open it. Number 1, overhead costs. Overhead costs can sink you, and you don't think that it's that important or that much of an impact. But just even making sure they get energy efficient lights, that's gonna save you. One time in my studio, I left those lights on for about a week. It cost me well over $200 because electricity is a lot different for the residential versus commercial. So I got Flashpoint. I got Flashpoint because, and they're not sponsoring this or anything, I got it from Adorama. My friend Derek said, it's just like Godox, how do you say it? Put that in the comments. I do wonder, is it Godox? Same company, makes the same thing, it's just a lot cheaper, like it's substantially cheaper. They got really incredible reviews, it's for Adorama specifically. So this is what I got. I got a strobe, and they also have batteries. So one time we were shooting out in Las Vegas for a client, and we were shooting these cars, these beautiful exotic cars that I'll also show you on the screen right here. We were shooting with some of these lights, and I remember I was like, Derek, what did you get? So that's what we got. But going back to your studio of overhead lights, that's gonna save you hundreds of dollars each month. So a rolling rack, it's the same damn rolling rack, whether you get it from Bed Bath & Beyond or Amazon or somewhere else, go buy that used. There's a lot of people that buy that for their apartments or what have you. Instead of $150, you get it for $45. You need 2 to 3 rolling racks, that's gonna save you a lot of money. C-stands. Just get some used ones that are quality, not the newer, not the cheap ones from Amazon that are going to snap. If it snaps and there's a big halogen light on it, that is really dangerous for you. Photography studio lights, I would say purchase new, but anything like big clips and anything like that, just get used. There's a lot of people, and I don't say this super proud. I wonder what this one is. I have no idea, but it's very light. The second thing that I would say is do your research. Don't undercut your competition. When you do that, you're gonna undercut somebody and go here. They're like, well, damn it, I have to go right here. And you're going down and you're doing the market's bidding for them. Instead, what I would say is go on Gigster, go on Peerspace, look and see what the studios in your neighborhood are charging. Or if anything, go make friends with them and say, hey, how you doing? You know, my name is Walid, I own this studio. And you're going to say, this is what I'm offering. What are you offering so that, you know, we support each other? And so you're not price fixing the market, you're respecting each other, knowing where the other people stand. What did I even get? Oh shoot, I'm so excited about this one, I forgot. While I'm doing that, ooh, the smell of, there's like chemicals in there. So you don't want to undercut, you're gonna make enemies. You don't want to start off super cheap because you're gonna stay. Whatever neighborhood, price neighborhood you start in, that's where you're going to stay in. So if your competitor is at $75 per hour and you're like, I'm gonna get them at $45, you're gonna get the type of people that only wanna pay $45. I promise you, from experience, they are not the same client. This is the 48-inch Octa softbox. I have an overkill at the same time. Ooh. All right, let's go to the next box. Number 3, the big financial sinker is if you're bad with money. So use an accounting software that might cost you $8 or $12 a month. I know, I don't want to pay that much for an app either. For whatever reason, like we train ourselves to be cheap on certain things. But what I would say is that $10 or $15 a month is going to save you thousands of dollars per year. I use one that tracks my mileage at the very least, but keep in mind, I also have coffee, I have dinners, I have meetings, I have different expenses, and this tracks all of my business expenses. But let's just go on the mile. In 2024, the IRS says 67 cents per eligible mile that you can deduct from your business. So let's say you go about 122 miles per month, okay, for business. You're gonna go to Home Depot, you're gonna buy some new paint for your white floors, you're gonna go have a meeting about it, you know, just mileage alone. We're not even counting the supplies and everything that you're gonna buy. So at 122 miles times 67 cents per mile, you are saving $81 per month that you can deduct from your taxes. So 81 times 12 equals $980. That's $980 less that you're not getting that 980 bucks in your pocket. This is not financial advice. I have to say that legally, talk to your accountant, but you're not paying taxes on that $980. On average, that can save you $200 to $300 a year just because you put the money into that app. How much does an app cost you? Let's just say it's 10 bucks a month. That is 120 bucks a year. But I haven't counted the dinners and the drinks and the coffees and the receipts and the supplies and the advertisement, any of that. You can't expect to be a studio manager and a photographer and a videographer, and if you're a creative director, what have you, and also be an accountant. Put the 10 bucks, put the 15 bucks a month into your software, and you're gonna basically be able to tax deduct that too. Get into your accounting game, because once I realized how much money I was throwing away, it made me super sad. Okay, so you know that umbrella that opened up, that was 48 inches, the deep parabolic softbox? This is 33.4. So we'll be doing some photo shoots with them. So number 4, ooh, it's another flashpoint. But sinkhole number 4 in having a photo studio is not using advertising the right way. So yes, you can have a website. Yes, you can have an Instagram. But the amount of studios that I've seen that have an Instagram that I'm like this, who cares? Who cares that so-and-so shot there? Who cares that you have this beautiful light set up, like a beautiful umbrella in the middle of a white site? I really don't care. Here's how you can be way more effective. I would say that you should obviously have your frequently asked questions on your website, because you want your website to work for you at 3 a.m. as it is working for you at 3 p.m. You want people to be able to book, to be able to find out the basics of parking information, the basics of minimum requirements, everything. So when you sit there, this is what I would tell anybody that has a photo studio. Ask some friends that have rented and say, what questions do you normally have? Write down all their questions. I want to know how's parking. I want to know if there's a freight elevator. I want to know if there's hours. I want to know what the audio is like. I want to know if there's AC or heating, depending on the time of the year. Write down everyone's questions and then make sure that you answer all of those on frequently asked questions, the FAQs. But more than that, I would also talk about on Instagram, a lot of people will put like a post. So I don't really care that it's just a picture of a softbox or a picture of a set. If you're not maximizing it, then what is the whole point? So here's what I would do. I would say, okay, today was a film for L'Oreal. And maybe you have to sit on it for a while because of NDAs, or today was a music video or a student film. You should go and you should walk around the studio and get everyone's Instagram names. And then when it launches, you congratulate them on stories, you post about them, you tag every single person. Ooh, this is a heavy one. Probably cost me a lot too. All right, I like this. I think I should do a whole tutorial video on this. Let me know if you guys want that. So what I would do is like tag everybody. So on any set, 5 people, 15, 25 people, put the time in and post. Every single one of those people will see it. I would say 75% of those people are going to repost it. So you have 10 followers, you have 1,000 followers, you have 500, you have 2,500. Add all those numbers up, and that's the kind of free press that you're getting for your studio, where you don't have to buy Instagram or Facebook ads. Use the network, but what you're also doing is that you are promoting the people within your community. Once somebody does that, the chances of them following you is dramatically increased. The chance of their strangers, their associates, their friends, their peers following you because they shared you on their stories dramatically increases. Don't try to be artsy with your photo studio. Try to be functional. Who shot here? How great was it? How do we find these people? What you're also doing is you're advertising them, because I've gone to many photo studios and seen who shot there. I'm like, oh, that's really cool. Wow, who did the art department? Did they tag him? Oh, they did tag him. I should maybe DM this person and see if I could hire them for one of my jobs. All right, let's go to the next one. All right, the next one is diversity. Diversity works. It's not just a woke word that we use and hear everywhere, but diversity for your studio. What if you just have a natural light studio? So here, natural windows. That's great. You know the photographers, and no shade to anybody, because I really was that too. I'm like, I'm a natural light photographer. Really what that meant is I don't know how to use lighting just yet. Natural light studios, that's great, but you just sectioned off part of the market and that's all that they get. What about the people that want total blackout? So make sure that your studio has blackout curtains so that I could bring my own lights and I can control the lighting. Flashpoint, let's see what else they give. Oh, I think it's gels. So the thing with diversity is that you want to make sure that you are a good place for home base. What home base means is that a lot of times, so we're in Las Vegas with a client looking at a place for a venue, and they were like, oh, you can't go into this room. This is home base for Queer Eye for the Straight Guys. So they were using that as home base. What that means is a place that they can safely store all their lights and their gear and their props, and they go, and that is their home base. All right, cool, little bits of gels. But diversity means, can you also be a yoga studio? Can you be somewhere where somebody makes a cooking video? Can you be something where somebody wants to have a talking head video? So think about it and say, if I'm just natural light, then cool, but I've killed off anybody that wants to control lighting. If my audio is not good, maybe I need to create a room or a section that has the little cushions on the wall so that they can come in and record their podcast. So if other studios have like white walls, maybe you have white walls also, but then one of your walls, you have the seamless rollers installed. So that could be a red wall, that could be a black wall, that could be green, blue, etc. Look and see about diversity. This is the next tip. Let's actually talk about customer service. Can I get another box, please? I feel like I bought another flash. Oh, okay. Well, this one is the newer light, and it's just like the light that's happening here. So this one, I'm not gonna open because I already know what's in there. The CB200, pretty strong. This is the light that oh shit, that was pretty strong. And this is exactly the light that I'm using there. And it's got the Bowen mount, so it's very universal, and you could add all types of accessories to it. Not battery powered, so you always have to plug it in, but it's a pretty good light, and we've used it for podcast productions, some of my YouTube videos. That's what else I got. But with customer service of the next one is that, so yes, there is Google and there is Yelp. Beyond that, there's two things that I really think you should be working on. Number one, you want to say thank you. Immediately after, the day after, you want to thank people and say thank you for signing up. You could do automated emails. I'll link below to what I use. You say thank you for trusting our studio. Thank you for making our studio part of your production. You're welcome back anytime. As a token of our appreciation, please use this promo code for 10% off, 20% off your next purchase, or 1 additional hour. 1 additional hours are the easiest because you don't have to lower your price, and they buy 4 hours. You're like, cool, you get a 5th hour on us just as a thank you. That means I'm gonna have to come back and support your studio. That means I build a loyalty. So that's the first thing I would like for you to do, is to stay on top of it and automate it. The second part of the customer service, send them a direct link to your Yelp and then a direct link to your Google. Don't say, hey, can you leave us a Google review? I'm like, yeah, but then I won't get to it because life happens. Here it is, a direct link. I click it, a browser window opens, I can leave a review, same thing with Yelp. But the key thing to say is, I would appreciate an honest review. This way, nobody can say you're forcing them to leave positive reviews. I would appreciate an honest review. You just offer them a little gift. They just had a good experience in your studio. They have to be like the worst of the worst to leave you a negative review. The next one, as Gabriel hands me a big box. I think I know which one this is, but okay, here we go. From Flashpoint through Adorama. But you want to make sure that you are always adapting, and you have to adapt to trends. There's 2 ways to look at trends. Number one, just look and see what people are posting on social media. About 6 months ago, that whole Mylar craze was happening. I even did a shorts about it. Then you want to make sure that you have a wall that could be Mylar. You want to supply Mylar rolls for people that they can buy per foot from you. Make yourself really accessible to the latest trends. Most people are followers, and I don't mean that disrespectfully. Just go follow the trends. Cool doesn't make you money. Trendy makes you money. The cool people are always the first ones, like it's like the indie music scene, etc. They don't make the money. They shape the trends, and then the big pop stars will come in, they'll water down the trends, and then they'll make it palatable for the masses. That's what pop stars do. They're great. I have a whole bunch of them here on this wall. So you want to make sure that you follow that. The other thing that I would do is go on Gigster, go on Peerspace, and see which ones book the most, who has the most reviews, who has the latest reviews, and see what they got. And then you want to offer something Not identical, but a similar version. If you look at this light right here, they call this the Bat Cave. This studio, I tried to book the studio for music video. They were less than friendly. Then FD studios offer their own version at a fraction of the rate. So now they're getting booked a whole bunch because we want that Bat Cave light, the lit up ceiling look. Look and see what works. FD Studios looked at it and said, this one is booking a lot. Let's build an alternative version of it, and then we'll start getting a lot of bookings. And I do believe that they are. Check out trends. It's always important. Everybody has to do it. I think it's a C-stand. I'm not sure what I'm opening next. And the final one is educate yourself. The person that is holding the clipboard and the keys to the studio, etc. Just like I would say in photography and videography, but I have a big, big warning about that. I've noticed that a lot of people who, and I mean this the shadiest way possible, I noticed, it is a C-stand. It's a nice one too. Okay, but I noticed that a lot of people who can't book the clients sell you courses where they're teaching you how to book the clients. And that sounds crazy coming from somebody who has a course, but you can Google me. My work is out there, and it's year after year after year of different types of clients and magazines and products that are out there. So if I'm teaching you my path, you can Google my path. But some of these people are great, and some of them are less than great. Some of them cannot book their own clients, so now what they've done is they've taken someone else's course, and then they regurgitate it and sell it to you. I make that point because I think it's really important to call out dishonesty in our industry because those people ruin it for everybody. So if you're going to study, make sure that you study from the people who have done it, the people that you want to mimic. Sometimes it's a matter of befriending another studio, maybe in another town, so that they're not direct competition, and saying, would I please be able to buy some of your time? Can I take you out to coffee is insulting. Can I pick your brain is super insulting. But when you say, hey, how much do you do consulting hours? This gives them a chance to feel like you respect them. And they're like, yeah, absolutely. I charge $350 per hour. Great. Do you do Zoom session? Is it in person? Dig into someone's knowledge base. You got to end this whole thing, something I've been working on too. See, stand, and it's got the fuzzy grip. Doing big stuff here. This whole culture, and I am guilty of it, of saying self-made, self-promoted, self-funded. The little self guys stay this small. The wealthy people I've just been paying attention to, they're like, no, maybe we got an inheritance. Then we got your knowledge from marketing. We got your knowledge from social media, and we got your knowledge from pricing. And then they use everyone else's knowledge to become this massive entity. So please invest in yourself. Spend that $300 or the $500 to pick someone's brain, and you're gonna make $5,000, $50,000 extra because you were able to cut through every single trap, find every single shortcut. That's why when people book me through like a Zoom session, they're able to just fast track and get the shortcut and get the information that they need. They're respecting my time because I've set my rate. They're respecting their future because they're investing in themselves. So please do that. But before you invest in anybody, whether it's me or anybody else, whether it's a photo course or a course about studios or videography, Google the hell out of them. Google them, make sure that their covers are real, that they didn't go to Canva and make a fake magazine cover, because I've seen that. When they say they've shot for Fendi, make sure that they've actually been hired by Fendi and not an influencer that wore a Fendi shirt. Seen that a lot. Also, make sure that you just Google it because of the fact, and you have to see evidence again and again and again, not once or twice. Oh, you can show me how to get in a magazine. How many magazines have you been featured in? Magazines that the average person would know the name of. If they can't name you more than 7 or 8 of those magazines, then they're not qualified to teach you. Instead, I would rather you go on YouTube and get free knowledge. But if you find somebody that is really good, invest in yourself. This whole list right here, this is my playlist for everything studio. A lot of truth, a lot of information that's going to help you out. I hope you do well. If you have questions, put those in the comments. I read them, I respond. My name is Walid. Please click subscribe, hit the little bell, give it a thumbs up, leave a comment, because that helps this channel grow in the algorithm and I can help more people. Hope this brings you a lot of success, a lot of good luck, and I'll see you in the next video. Okay, that's a client.